Today I'm showing you a cheap and quick easy way to expand Bluetti's new Elite 300. This power station was recently released and it really had a lot of rave reviews, but one of the major complaints was that it didn't have any expansion capabilities. So if you look all the way around this unit, you're not going to see an integrated expansion port like you might see on some other brands. But like I said in my initial review, is that you could just hook up a battery like this into the PV port, because if you notice it says DC/PV input. And that means as long as you stay within the voltage limit, which you can see here on the bottom, it says 12 volts to 60 volts. That means you can hook up a battery like this Li-Time 51.2 volt battery. This is a 5,120 watt hour battery. So that means you're more than doubling your capacity here. So if you take the 5,000, add the 3,000, now you're over 8,000 watt hours of capacity just by adding this. And this is their newer version, which also has Bluetooth connectivity, which you can keep track of how much energy is going in and also out of the battery through the app, which I think is pretty nice when using a single battery like this. If you're going to build a whole energy bank out of batteries, then I would go with the dumb version because they're a lot cheaper, and then just add a shunt if you want to keep track of state of charge and voltage limits. But this whole setup is super cheap. You can buy this for under $30. The wiring, as you can see here, has a nice ring terminal. This is a little bit better quality than at least some of the other ones that I've found on Amazon. It's also going to come with a 10 gauge wire, which you can then add this breaker. You don't really need the breaker, but then on the other side of this, you will see that it has a XT60i connector, which this can be used for a couple different power stations, such as this Bluetti unit or even the EcoFlow ones. You can do the exact same thing as long as you stay within the voltage limits of your power station. You can then expand any power station you want. Just because you're using something that is simulated solar is really all this is. So you just take this, plug it in, and then you'll see the power station will turn on, and then it's going to start charging off of this battery right here. And if we take a clamp meter, we can measure how many amps this unit is pulling from this battery. And this is rated for 22 amps. And so if you take a look at the clamp meter right here, you can see that it is pulling pretty much the max amount of amps from this battery, which this cable is rated for, so you'll be all right with that. But you won't get the max input watts of 1200 watts out of this unit because we're not quite close enough to the 60 volts, which it needs. So if you're around 58, 59 volts and 22 amps, then you would see pretty much that full 1200 watts that this can be charged from your PV input. And you don't have to use this battery. Let me show you something else. Now, like I said, you don't have to use the 48 volt battery. You can also use a 12 volt battery. As you can see here, watch what happens when I plug this in. So now using this 12 volt battery, you can see that it's charging super slow. It's only a little over 100 watts. Because the voltage is so low, it's only going to pull so many amps. And that means you're only going to get so many watts out of it. So it's really kind of a trickle charge. But again, you can use a 12 volt, 24 volt, 36, 48 volt batteries doing this same type of thing. But just know the lower the voltage, well, the less watts you're going to get. So again, there's different ways that you can do this by using a 12 volt or again higher voltage batteries, but this here is really one of the most popular options, is doing a higher voltage so you can get higher charge rates. Now by adding a breaker, which this is honestly something you don't have to do, but all it does is stops your input, so it kind of gives you a little bit of control, versus if this wasn't here, this is always live. Not that it's really that dangerous, because these points up here are also always live. You can turn it off within the app, but if you touch this, it's not going to hurt you. But again, what this also does is it prevents the arcing from happening here, and it replaces it there. So now when you plug this in, you're not going to get an arc right here. And these connectors can wear out. So if you constantly unplug this, plug it in, unplug it again, these connections can wear out after a while, causing a problem, which you can either melt this end or melt the end that is on the power station. So by adding a breaker, you now add the arcing up here at this point, which is a much better way to do it. And then you can kind of save that connector and make it last a little bit longer. Now, if you're new, you're probably wondering, well, now I don't have a solar input, but that's okay. You can easily add a solar charge controller to your battery. You can get solar charge controllers like this that are not very expensive, or if you wanted to upgrade to something a little bigger, you can also do that. So as you can see, I have this solar panel, which is the new Zoop 480 watt bifacial. This solar panel is amazing and it performs extremely well. I can't find any bad reviews on it. I have that plugged into this larger solar charge controller by Victron, which I just added some pigtails to, but you can see now it's charging up the lead time battery, and the lead time battery is still charging up the Bluetti unit, and this will continue to charge until it's completely full or you turn it off. So if this fills up, it'll just stop charging and stop pulling energy from the battery, and once this fills up from the solar panel, well, it'll also just stop too. So just know that if you do this type of configuration, this is always going to pull energy from whatever battery source until this is full. So you will deplete this unless you manually turn this off with, say, the breaker, or you unplug it. So again, by using a solar charge controller, that means you can keep this constantly full, pumping energy into your power station, and this is a great and cheap, easy way to expand the capacity. And you don't have to use this brand. This is just one of the ones I like at a reasonable price, but you can check other brands, and I can leave some information down below of all the stuff that you guys saw here. I hope this video helps you out, and I hope to see you guys in another video.